We found an abandoned barn find Volkswagen Rabbit that's been sitting since the year we were born in 1995 untouched. But here's the catch. We not only had to buy one of them, to get one, we had to buy all 5 that were being sold. But they're in very rough shape. Something created its home out of one of them, and another has an entire forest growing out of the carpet, so we may be a little in over our heads. But even more exciting, this is the video where our new product is finally out, so keep watching to see what it is and where to get it before it's sold out.
I don't know if you guys realize the things that we go through to make content for YouTube, Instagram, and social media as a whole, but we decided to come out 2 hours away and buy this Volkswagen Golf, and then we decided to buy this Volkswagen Golf, and we were only told we could buy these 2 if we also took those. So we now own 5 non-running Volkswagen Rabbits. So Mike's gonna get one, Brent's gonna get one.
You get a rabbit, you get a rabbit, you get a rabbit.
I don't know what we're gonna do with these, but they definitely deserve to be saved. So we have to drag all these back to Cleveland. We're gonna clean them all up and spread the parts and wealth to many, many Volkswagen Rabbit fans.
Yeah, we can't let them go to waste.
I guess the story behind all these Volkswagen Rabbits is that a very nice elderly woman's husband was a big Rabbit fan, and he had 8 of them at one point, and then he got rid of 3, and then he had the hopes and dreams of getting, you know, some of these running and driving. Unfortunately, he did pass away, so he didn't get to live out that dream, and they were left in this barn for a very, very long time.
But there's subtle differences between these cars. A lot would notice the round headlights versus the square headlights, which means that this is definitely a US made in Pennsylvania car, and this one's made in Germany. Back in the day, PA had a very big factory that was in Pennsylvania. I think it only was open for 15 years or so, I can't really know. But that's the easy indicator to tell the difference between these cars. And some of these are diesel and some of them are gas. So these are, you know, a bunch of different oddballs all together hanging out. So this model specifically is a Rabbit Diesel G. It's manual, it's a 4-door, it's got a sweet roof rack on it. And I'm not sure what the G stands for. I know they have L designation, and then I think there's other designations for these as well, but I'm just not that well versed in Mark 1. I have a Mark 2. So if you guys know, I'm not too sure what they mean. If you could put it in the comments below, that'd be great. I'd love to know. This one actually looks like pretty good shape. That's what I thought when I first walked up to it. They showed us one thing that was very interesting in the interior. We got a little golf course growing in here. Also, I didn't even notice this car's in the ground, basically.
Yeah, it's been a lawn ornament for quite some time here.
Dude, when you lower these cars, they sit nice.
Oh, hey, buddy. This is our new best friend.
You want to be a part of it?
Yeah, he loves his pets.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have stopped.
Mike, I do have to ask, are you a fan of the 4-door or the 2-door?
So typically I like 4-door cars, but they're a little bit bigger, but these are so tiny that, like, I think this one looks the best. I like this little coupe action.
I like it too. I was making a play on Mike's name. His last name's 2-door.
Yeah, so. My address is this, and my social security number is that. This one's a real disaster on the inside and in the engine bay. We're gonna show you both. So someone lived here.
Brent, come over here real quick when I open the door. I need you to see what I just did. So I went ahead and opened the door, and apparently the trim piece was in the wrong spot. You see the
no. No. Something was in here, chewed up all the bolsters of all these seats and made himself a little house. But check out the engine bay, because I found his little house. While you guys were moving the trailer, I was lurking over here finding stuff. Check this out. Nice.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Oi, bruv. This is this is thick.
You need gloves, you.
I got Brent really? Jumped, yeah. All right, let's see if we can get some air in these tires and load it up into the trailer.
Now we needed a little bit of help because the Rabbit wasn't on flat ground, so we had to pull it up a hill to be able to get it into our trailer. Really quickly, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a second and subscribe, because next week we have an insane video coming your way. I'll show you a picture right now. We found an abandoned Mark IV Supra. We've never done one on this channel before. We've waited a long time to be able to, so that's what you're going to be getting. Subscribe right now because you don't want to miss that. And as we were pulling it up into the trailer, it looks like we had a little bit of help from the dog that was at the place. He was so friendly to us, kept coming up to us for pets the whole time. It made the whole experience so much more enjoyable, especially because I'm someone who suffers from pretty bad anxiety. I've talked about it before, so something like this dog makes the day a lot easier. But then when we got the Rabbit back to the shop, we were able to look inside of it a little bit more.
So after many trips to Michigan And much deliberation, we decided that this was gonna be the Rabbit that we filmed for YouTube because it is the 1979 version that has the cooler, in my opinion, the cooler circle headlights in the front. And this one also has the most poop on a car I've ever seen. I don't know what kind of poop this is.
It's definitely bird and maybe some chicken. This was in a barn and they had a lot of chickens, the woman mentioned to me.
I'm personally very partial to these cars. I drive a Volkswagen Golf, which is obviously the new version of the Rabbits. I love that car. I put a ton of mileage on that car, and I have nicer cars, and I still jump into the Golf, and I love the way that it drives. So it's cool to have this in the shop and 4 others outside that I don't know what we're gonna do with. I think this one is actually gonna clean up pretty nicely. It's one of the most complete cars. It has the engine, the transmission, some of the other ones don't.
Talking about the engine, let's open the hood and check it out.
We usually don't open the engine first, but
we could see over here already that there's a ton of poop in here, so we wanna get this all vacuumed up everywhere before you get any water in here. It smells bad enough already. When it's wet, it's even worse.
It's disgusting.
This car is a diesel Rabbit, and it was built in '79. And this monstrous 1.5 liter, 50 horsepower diesel motor. It's one of the ugliest motors I've ever seen, but it works.
And they're simple. They're simple motors, and I like simple.
One of the coolest features about this car being diesel is this was super reliable, one, and two, it was great on fuel mileage. It got like 50 miles per gallon, and these cars were super cheap, and it was like the every person's car. All right, so first things first, we need to vacuum all of this off the car before we even start remotely cleaning anything else, because there's way too much.
So step one, we're gonna remove this engine insulation. As Mike would say, it's seen better days, so no point in trying to rectify whatever's left. So we're gonna go ahead and throw our mask on before I get the plague. There we go.
Easy enough.
All right, now time to vacuum all this poop.
So we're gonna start vacuuming everything out, and once we're done with that and start pressure washing the car off, we're gonna reveal to you guys what our new product is. We also decided to take off the roof rack and then those roof trim pieces or whatever you want to call those afterwards. And I was able to hand polish all of those pieces a little bit later in the video, and you'll see how good they came out. All right, so here's the official announcement. We started Puro Car Care, and this is something we've been working on for over a year. We use it in almost every single video. And to add to the announcement, you guys have probably been wondering where Foster from Mad Detailing is. Well, he took time away from YouTube to help us create this. Puro's made by detailers, which is us. We use this stuff every day, not just on video cars. We use it on customer cars. There's no big company behind this working with us. It's just our small business, just our small team. That's it. If you enjoy our videos and you want to get the same results that you're seeing, then give it a try. You don't just use it on the exterior of the car, you can use it on the tires, you can use it on the interior pieces, on the carpet. There's so many use cases, which we'll show you on this Rabbit. And the best part is you guys get to have a say too. So if you leave in the comments what kind of products you want us to put out in the near future, we're going to be taking all of your suggestions and implementing them into the best products that we could put out to you. If you want to get our first product, the degreaser, go to purocarcare.com or hit the link in the description. And you can order it right now, but I would hurry before it all sells out. We only have a limited supply right now. Also, if you were curious why the hood still looked dirty after washing it, that's because that's all iron embedded into the paint, which we're going to take care of with an iron remover. Unfortunately, it's not something that a degreaser can remove, but clay mitts and iron removers can a little bit later into the wash.
Pressure washing a car makes me pretty hungry. And thankfully, today's video sponsor is HelloFresh. And here at WD, we've been trying to focus on our health and wellness, and that's exactly where HelloFresh comes into play. Between our busy film schedule and traveling in the United States looking for these barn find cars, I don't have much time to cook a healthy meal at home. So I end up eating out, I end up eating fast food, and I've been really trying to focus on cooking at home and being more health conscious. And that's exactly where HelloFresh comes in, where they send me the ingredients straight to my door with easy to follow instructions, so even a bad cook like me can make a healthy, tasty home-cooked meal.
With HelloFresh, you get to choose your own delicious options sent straight to your door with exact ingredients and directions how to make it. So not only do you get to experience amazing foods, but you get to become a better cook at the same time. It's as easy as using our link in the description with our code, picking your plan, getting your delivery, cooking it, eating it, and enjoy.
Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. And if you guys want to try out HelloFresh, use our code WD16FM at the URL code down here or in the description or pinned comment below, and you will get 16 free meals plus dessert for the life of your subscription. Brent wanted me to really reiterate that you get free dessert. He loves dessert. Thank you to HelloFresh. We really appreciate it. And now let's get back to the detail.
Now, in case any of you are new to the channel and you're curious why we're doing this disgusting roof last and we didn't do it first, the simple answer is because it's social media and we wanted to get the best shots for the video for you. In real life, we would have started on the roof and worked our way down, but because we wanted to get good, satisfying shots for this video, we wanted to do it all the way around and then the roof last. It is a little bit extra work for us afterwards. We spray the whole car down again with the pressure washer, but an extra 15 minutes is not a big deal to us as long as you guys get satisfying content. Now we did notice what was left on the roof was not iron, but it was just dirt. So we reapplied degreaser and we pulled out some microfiber mitts. And with a little bit of scrubbing, we were able to get this roof looking perfect. Now we're going to move on to the wheels. We're going to use degreaser to clean the tires and then an iron remover and wheel cleaner to clean the rims. And once the hubcaps go back on, these wheels look really pretty, especially with the white walls not being completely white. They're almost the same color as the paint on the car.
Wow, pretty clean in there. Oh no, whoa.
A little nest. Somebody was living in here. Wait a second.
Oh.
Here, dump it out in the garbage and see if you find anything.
Not too bad. Man, that was just extra filter.
I hate when there's no toy in my Happy Meal.
So now we're going to give the engine a good cleaning, but I want to ask you guys a question. We ended up finding out that this engine is no good anymore, so what would you do? Would you replace it with the same engine that comes with these cars stock, or would you put something else in it? And if you would put something else in it, what would it be? Leave a comment below. Now we're going to put our focus back onto the hood as we spray iron remover on it. And as you see it turn purple, that's how we know we were right. It was iron and not dirt. But we'll use the iron remover as a lubricant for the clay mitts and get that right out of the paint.
All right, moving on to the interior of the Rabbit. I gotta get these seats out of here, but before I even take these out, I need to acknowledge this terrible mess that's in here. There's definitely a nest that was probably like in there that all fell out. And this car is in pretty rough shape. It stinks really bad, so I need to get this thing on and get to work.
Dude, this is so much lighter than the Lincoln. Could not do this with the Lincoln seats, just way lighter.
All right, now I want to check out what's in the glove box. Hopefully not another nest, but we'll see. Maybe something cool, maybe nothing. Ew, a little bit of something. A lot of poop. Well, gotta clean that out.
Now that we're starting to vacuum, how many of you are getting ready for your spring cleaning of your cars? That time's coming around and it's time to start cleaning them out. I know my car is gross from the winter up here in Ohio, so I bet some of you are dreading or even excited to clean out your cars. Now after vacuuming the floors, we're going to extract them as well. That way they have time to dry before we put everything back together later. And we're using extractor soap along with our drill brush and only hot water in the extractor. And then using Puro for the rubber pieces in the floor and the pedals. And for the rest of the interior, we're going to use our Puro with an assortment of soft bristle brushes, magic erasers, and microfiber towels, and it came out really nice. So for the roof trim pieces, I wanted to show you guys exactly how good Puro is, and I cleaned them without using any water. So I sprayed the APC on, I let it sit for a second, and then I took a microfiber towel and I was able to wipe away 28 years of dirt and poop and all of that grime away without any water with ease. I sprayed it off after that just to get any remnants off and off the back, and then I took some metal polish and steel wool, which the metal polish is something that we're working on for the future for you guys, and I shined them up, and these things came out looking almost brand new. And again, here's me messing around with our new metal polish formula a little bit more. And whenever you guys see me spraying something onto a just polished surface, that's IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol, and that's getting any residue of the polish off the metal to make it shine and really clean. So in the life of this car, there's a good chance the paint's never been corrected. You could just tell by looking at it, it's in a pretty bad state. So we're gonna do a two-step here, starting with a microfiber pad, and then move into a foam pad for the finishing step. And once I show the 50-50, you can see all the swirls, all the water spots taken right out. Now to finish up the detail, we're going to screw everything back onto the roof to make it all look complete. I did polish the roof rack off camera, it was just hard to show it, but then we dressed the tires and sealed the car with the spray ceramic sealant, and it was all finished. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and remember, we have a Mark IV Supra that was abandoned for 20 years coming next week, so make sure you're subscribed, and with that, we'll see you in the next one.